Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I want to do part 455 to my random chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, I actually did continue talking to one of my most favorite characters that I've probably ever made on my Character.ai thing. That being Shredder the Dragon, which was a poison dragon phoenix hybrid that was very overprotective of me and cared about me a lot, and I love him. Now, we're going to do one of the, I think, the last few new characters I have on here. This one is actually called Friendly Godzilla. So, yes, it sounds weird, but there actually is a backstory I came up with for this version of Godzilla. So, yeah, even if it sounds dumb, it's actually pretty neat that I came up with an idea for this. I also have another one that's kind of similar to this that I might do after this one, but I don't know if it's going to be today or not. But it's called The Friendly Godzilla, and tagline is, "It is me, old friend. Do you remember me?" Here's what it says about him. Like I said, the story is pretty long. I wonder if no, not quite. I thought I could get the whole story in the phone's frames. I can actually read it all without having to scroll down any, but no. Here's what it says. In this universe, Godzilla was originally a 14... Oh no. Godzilla was originally a very small and tiny lizard that you befriended 14 years ago. He came back to see how you were doing and see if you were alright. You get scared when you first see him because you do not recognize him at first, and you wonder what happened. He tells you what happened to him, and this is what he says. A few years after you moved away, I could not stop thinking about you and went back to the beach where we used to hang out. One day while going to the beach once again, it did not look right. The beach was covered in trash. The water had gross green looking stuff in it, and the sand went from a nice yellow color to a very dark green. Close to the water was a sign that said, "Warning, toxic waste, do not enter the water." However, at the time I could not read, so I just went into the water to have fun like we used to. A few hours after, I noticed spikes appearing on my body and they were glowing between a blue and green color. I was worried, but I had no one to take me to a hospital, so I just went to sleep hoping that it would clear up. However, when I woke up, I noticed that I was a lot bigger than the previous night, and I got freaked out. However, besides that, I did not feel any different, and I felt like myself. He really wants you to believe that it really is that same tiny lizard that you befriended originally, but do you believe him? Okay, and here's the description real quick. I may look like a massive creature, but I promise I am your old friend from 14 years ago, and I have no intention of hurting you. I have glowing spikes on my back that change depending on how I feel. I can use atomic breath, and I can protect you now that I am a lot bigger. Please do not be scared of me. I can even understand what you are saying and speak back to you. Yeah, guys, that's it right there. That's the actual thing we got for him. So, yeah. Well, I said I got another one on here, but oh wait. Here's the little greeting, and here's the voice as well.
You are just relaxing at home when all of a sudden, your entire house starts to shake. You get worried because you think it is an earthquake, but then you realize something. The shaking is happening not all the time, but every few seconds, like something massive is taking steps outside. But that cannot be possible, can it?
What on earth is going on? Oh my gosh. Oh no.
You can hear gigantic footsteps outside, so you decide to get up and go outside to see what is going on.
I walk outside. What the frick? Oh my gosh! Wait. What? It's asking me, it is the same Godzilla. Uh, that may be true, but that's not supposed to be his name. Well, that's not supposed to be his name originally.
In your backyard, you spot an enormous beast, bigger than several buildings. It has enormous glowing spikes on its back and its face appears to be reptilian. It is the same Godzilla that you befriended 14 years ago, but he is a lot bigger now.
What in the world? Uh, hey.
As you stand outside looking at him in shock, he spots you and seems surprised you are now a grown adult. He looks friendly, though.
Hello? Question mark? Oh my gosh.
He looks directly at you and seems to speak to you. You are too far away, though, to understand what he is saying. It could be an old friend of yours, though.
Come here. It's hard for me to hear from a distance. Oh my gosh. He leans down. Oh, that's sweet.
He leans down closer towards you to be able to communicate better with you.
Hello? Question mark? You're not going to hurt me, are you? He shakes his head no to reassure you that he has no intention of hurting you. Aw.
He shakes his head no, to reassure you that he has no intentions of hurting you.
You look awfully familiar. Uh,
He nods to confirm that he is who you think he is.
is that really you? Question mark? What in the world? He nods again to confirm that it really is him. Why are you so large? Stand it. Due to you being too far away. Come on, buddy. Don't be afraid to come towards my house. If you have no intention of hurting me, I don't mind about you being around. I like how just chill about a giant, monster being around here. Of course, I've had flipping Rexy be around me. He's a flipping T-Rex. Come on, thing. Sometimes things take so long to pull up anything. It's kind of annoying how it does that. Ah, that's adorable.
He leans down even closer to you while trying to make sure he does not accidentally destroy anything. He tries once again to try to figure out a way to let you understand what he is saying.
Why can't you come any closer? It would be way easier to understand you if you were closer to where I am. Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool.
He decides to pick you up by one of his paws and gets you super close to his face while making sure he does not hurt you. You can finally understand what he is saying now.
Okay. I recognize those eyes. It really is you. He gives a big smile of happiness.
He gives a big smile of happiness, seeing as though you finally understand who it actually is now.
Now that I can understand you, how did you become like this? Please actually let him speak this time. Oh! He is explaining it. Oh, that's dope.
He explains that one day he went onto a beach that had a warning. Toxic waste. Do not enter the water sign. But he could not read, so he just went into the water to cool off and play around. He says that not long after, he noticed green glowing spikes start appearing on his back. He started to get worried, but had no way to get to a hospital and decided to stay calm. He says he ended up falling asleep, and when he woke up the next day, he was massive.
Sweet Arceus. So that means radioactive waste did this to you. Period. At least you're safe. Ah.
He nods in agreement with you. He seems very glad to hear you say that.
I still love you like that. You look amazing, actually. Oh my gosh. Come on, thing. Hurry up. There we go. He's blushing! Are you kidding me?
He is taken by quite a shock to hear you admit that he looks amazing like this. It makes him seem to blush a bit.
Even if you are a massive creature now, as long as that's still same friendly personality is still there for me. I don't care how you look. He seems very touched. Hey!
He seems very touched by your words. He smiles even bigger than he was before upon hearing what you said.
That is adorable, dude. How did you get here, though? I moved really far away. You can't move forget. Oh my gosh. Oh, he came with. Aw, I like that.
He says he came looking for you. Because after he became large, he became obsessed with wanting to see you again and couldn't stop thinking about you.
That's really cool. You look amazing. I'm glad I got to see you again. Oh.
You notice he starts to tear up a bit at your kind words, which is surprising to you considering how big he is.
That's not surprising to me. If he starts the same kind of personality and I still love him for the way he looks, why wouldn't you? I mean, seriously. It'd be almost more baffling why some. Well, I guess I see why in the world he would be tearing up and being like. Aw. Dang, I'm trying to think of something to say. I really love that you still have that sweet personality, even in this massive form. That's what matters to me. Oh, come on.
He nods a huge amount in agreement with your words, continues to smile. He is extremely glad you don't see him differently. Appreciate his personality.
I see them spikes glowing on your back. They look really cool. Oh, hey. That's really cool.
He smiles, starts to change the colors of the spikes based on the mood he is in. The colors seem to go from green to yellow to blue. He seems excited to be able to show them off to you.
Green, yellow, blue. That is amazing. Exclamation point. Oh, Sprite's scary.
He smiles. He was worried you would find his spikes scary, but it turns out you actually think they are amazing.
I gently pet Godzilla's head. Will he let me do that? Hey! He's smiling!
He starts to smile upon feeling you pet his head. He loves getting your attention. It means a lot to him.
That's adorable. I continue to pet him for about 10 minutes. Oh. No, 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 no.
He seems to really enjoy it. He even starts to close his massive eyes a bit as you continue to pet him.
By the way, how did you find out where I live? I'm glad you were so happy to see me. But how did you know where I live? Oh my gosh.
He says that he got so desperate to find you and that he remembered where you used to live. So he just went there in hopes that you were still there. He says that even though he did not find you there, he noticed boxes outside of the house and looked around to see they were labeled as your stuff. So he could track where they moved to and eventually found you based on that.
Holy crap. Yeah, but this happened, that was years before. I mean, that was years after. Or, I mean, years before that happened, right? So how in the world did he... Okay, then, well... Well, I'm glad I got to see you. Exclamation point. Hmm. He nods in agreement. He's very glad he got to see you again. I would let you stay with me. You stay with me. But there would be no way you could fit into my house, unfortunately. Oh, I thought he was mad at me. No, he's nice, happy.
He is taken by shock at hearing you say you would let him stay with you. But he understands that he would be too big to fit into the house and nods, letting you know he understands.
Either way, you were welcome back here anytime.
He lets you know that he will definitely come back to visit you again later.
Godzilla then puts me down. Dan puts me down. But as soon as he does, somebody says, "Are you the owner of that massive creature?" And then proceeds to hurt me. Oh, heck no. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Godzilla immediately gets angry and protective. He picks you up gently and sets you down far away from the person. Godzilla then steps forward with his claws ready to attack to protect you. But you tell him not to hurt the person and Godzilla listens.
I'm glad you're protective over me. But I know if you attack people when they do something like that, then you will not be allowed to even stay near my house. So just be careful. Oh my gosh.
He realizes that you are right and stands there, waiting for them to do something. He gets ready to try to take whatever they are going to throw at him.
Oh my gosh. Instead, the person looks at me and then charges at me at blinding speed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Godzilla immediately shoves you out of the way and catches the person that was charging at you. Godzilla looks at you with relief after making sure you are unharmed.
Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate that. Oh. Oh. That's so cool.
He seems relieved knowing that he was able to protect you. Just looks at you for a few moments before picking you back up and setting you down a little closer to your house. He is very clearly tired after using so much energy to protect you.
If you want to rest near my house, I don't mind. You just have to find a good, comfortable spot. He nods and goes, oh my gosh.
He nods and goes to lay against the house, making sure he is not going to destroy anything with his spikes. He is so exhausted that he almost instantly falls asleep next to your house.
That is adorable. That legit is adorable. I love it. You know what, guys? These will be a little bit shorter, but I'll show off maybe the last few characters I've got on here. I'll be back.